as a foreigner, if you're trying to adapt the same like mindset of I want to get it as cheap as I get it, that is going to really mess your experience up here because you end up paying more. And then the thing is, you don't have peace of mind. And when you're living in a foreign country, the main thing that you want above all else is a peace of mind. Welcome back, guys, to the Repat podcast. As you can see, the background looks different because we're in a different location. We are in Nairobi, Kenya. As you know, the elections are going on, or they just actually happened in Uganda. So we got away for a while, and I'm here with my brother,
DJ from the Subi Shop channel. Pleasure to be here.
So are you guys looking for Jonita? Don't worry, she'll be back. She's fighting for her rights in Uganda right now for the country. So, okay, so we got a topic, right? What's the topic?
Africa is cheap but expensive.
Okay. Now, we just talk about a lot of things in passing. Like, we don't just,
Right.
This is going to be the topic. We just be like, talking. Like,
Right.
oh, this is a good topic for the podcast. So what do you mean by Africa is cheap and expensive?
What I noticed is Africa is cheap, yes. You can buy a lot of cheap stuff. So let's say right now you wanted to buy a bed. And because the general population in Uganda, many people are struggling, there has to be cheap options for those people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, those options are going to be not high quality.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be the cheapest.
Mm-hmm.
So you can find that stuff everywhere. And if you want to buy that stuff, you can live really cheaply.
Mm-hmm.
But now let's say you wanted a nice bed with, good, whatever standards that you would expect in the West,
Mm-hmm.
you would pay whatever you would pay for that in the West. But if you found that same level in Africa,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to pay double or triple the price.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because the market for people to pay on quality, not price, is way smaller.
Right.
And then that bed supplier, you can't just like order on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that guy's got to buy the stock and have it in his shop and have it sitting there, which is his cash, until finally someone comes along that understands quality and then makes that high-end purchase.
Right.
So he's going to jack up the price because why wouldn't you?
Right.
So you don't have that kind of opportunity to buy mid to high level stuff
Right.
at value.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to pay way over the odds.
Right.
And you see that, for example, with cars. You see that with lots of items and things that you need or may want. So yeah, you can live cheaply, but if you want to live with quality,
Yes.
right? Another scenario might be decorating and finishing a house.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you build a house. 90% of the people in Uganda, they're going to finish to a certain standard, which I would say is below a standard that I would want.
Mm-hmm.
So now if you really want someone to really give you good standards, either you pay the guy that you're used to through the nose because he's gonna huff and puff like, oh, what do you mean the paint shouldn't go on the wall
Right.
and the woodwork, right?
Right.
Oh, for that you're gonna have to really pay me.
Yeah.
Whereas that would just be standard across anyone in the UK or America, like they know that that's the standard. But you have this thing of good enough here.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for, and then if you find someone that does deliver that quality, they know it's quality, and then
Right.
they're going to charge you 2 or 3 times the price.
Yep.
That's the expensive side.
Yeah. Let's even talk about something that's cheaper than that. Fast-moving consumer goods.
Right.
If you want Coke or Pepsi, that's widely available in Uganda.
Yeah.
But let's say, for example, you want
Heinz ketchup.
Heinz ketchup, or let's say even Skippy peanut butter,
Right.
Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Yes.
This is where it gets interesting because you can get those local cornflakes,
Mhm.
the Ugandan or Kenyan standard ones.
Some of them are good though.
Yeah, some of them are good. But if you want the Tony the Tiger,
Right.
because at first you're going to eat them local Frosted Flakes, that local milk. And yes, it's made in Uganda, that local peanut butter.
Right. The ketchup is the worst.
Oh, but that local peanut butter, once you get that in your mouth.
I like the local peanut butter. The natural stuff, I buy that.
Shit.
Bro, there's a tomato sauce in Uganda that if you have no power, that ketchup will glow in the dark.
What? Yeah. Let's say like like Skippy.
Right, branded.
Jif. Shout out to TNT Supermarket.
Yes.
They'll have a lot of stuff like that. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I had the chef make some Jif and just like some peanut butter ice cream, whatever. But it was like 3 times the amount that it would have been in the States.
Right.
And the same thing with the Frosted Flakes. It's like double the price.
Right.
So just something that's, your local fast-moving consumer goods. Now, again, you've moved to Uganda or Kenya, whatever. Let's say Uganda, for example, to save money. And you will save money, but let's even talk about internet. I use Zuku Fiber.
Right.
I use Zuku Fiber, and I also use Sima Fiber. Okay, let's say, for example, because we're in Nairobi now. Safaricom, because, you have, what's the Elon Musk thing?
Starlink.
So Safaricom has gotten cheaper, I believe, than at least for the faster speeds. Now they have up to 500 megabits per second, and it's cheaper than what it is in Uganda.
I heard there's a Chinese satellite company that's just entered the market here as well.
Okay, I think you can get Starlink in Uganda, in Kenya, but you can't in Uganda.
Right.
So in Zuku, I spend 559,000 shillings every month.
There's $150.
150, 160 bucks.
Right.
I lived in Poland. I had a company called UPC.
Right.
I spent for 500 megabits per second, the equivalent of $25.
Right.
In Poland.
Right.
Like, for the same thing.
Yeah.
In Uganda, I spend 6 times the price for 100 megabits per second, so a tenth of the speed.
Yeah. I spend £35 for that in the UK.
Right.
It's a bit more than Poland, but still cheaper than here.
And it doesn't cut out, like, the internet.
At all.
I have 2 internets. I have Simba. Uganda's so shady. I think they both the same company. Because whenever one go out, the other one go out.
Right, probably.
I spend like $250 a month in internet just in my house.
Right.
Not only do I spend it for all of my editors.
Right.
All of my editors have that. The one thing that helped me out was we got my home wired. So I have like really thick, you've seen it before.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Thick coaxial cables. It costs me about $400, something like that. And so the speeds are actually a little bit faster. It can go up to like a gigabyte a second, something like that. But that's because of the wiring.
Right.
But even fast, high speed internet, let's talk about in Uganda for sure. Kenya is better, you have more options. But in Uganda, so even internet, and for the business that I'm in, you got to have big files, got to be online.
Right.
It's important. So you're spending like, it's cheap, but the infrastructure, because like you said, not too many people could afford $160, so they got to make that price up.
So let's put it in perspective, right? You can be in a place that costs $1 million shillings to rent, but your internet is 350. So your internet is 1/3 the cost of the entire place.
Yes.
That you're staying in.
Yes.
Right. So you start to understand these kind of cheap but expensive situations.
Right. And then also, people don't really look at the opportunity cost of how much time you can miss.
Oh my God.
Because of power outages and things like that. So in my business, I need to get an inverter, but I have a generator. I have a Honda generator, and whenever it goes out, the guys go out there.
Right.
I love when it rains. So it's time to get his ass out there and carry that generator all the way down. I think it's so funny. I would do it, but I don't know how to set it up. But he just
sets it up.
Get him up. Got to go down there and set it up, right? But just the thing is, you got to have gas and all that.
Right.
I would lose, I don't know how many $1,000s a month if I didn't have that.
Right.
So if you get into an apartment in Kampala, you're going to have to spend, Carlos, I believe he has a really good inverter in his building. Spend like $1,000 or $1,200.
Yeah.
So the power doesn't go out. Just think about that. Because look at the opportunity cost if you don't have an inverter and power is going, it's not about if, it's when.
Right.
And then you lose so much. Let's say, for example, if you're consulting, would you do some consulting?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't afford, I have to.
Your American clients
Yeah.
or your British clients don't want to hear, I can't consult because my power's out.
Right.
You cannot say that.
No. And I've had those scenarios. I have battery backups and everything, so we can keep it going.
Yes.
Because it's not, you just can't conduct business like that.
And then there's sometimes out of control where your internet is just slow. Even when you pay for it, it's just like if the weather in Uganda, if the rain happens, God forbid, and sometimes, global warming, it just starts storming.
Right.
Your internet speed can just stop.
Right.
Not just the one internet, both my providers,
Right.
who are probably owned by the same dude. It just stops. And so now, how much did that cost you?
Yeah.
To lose that opportunity to work? Like when I lived in Poland, I used to make a lot more money than I make now. Like I carried some of the momentum, but when I moved to Uganda, I lost like 20% of my money.
Right.
And that was just because of the uncertainty. And I have like serious infrastructure for my business. But I lost like a lot of my money coming to Kampala because in Uganda, you have 70% of the availability to do anything you can do in the States. Not only that, gym memberships in Uganda.
Oh my God.
So let's talk about that.
Bro. The other cost, by the way, with the internet is when there's some issue like that, I would go to the mall and go to Cafe Siri.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend $20, $30 to be there the whole day to get my work done.
Right.
What if you have to do that once a week?
That adds up to the cost of getting there.
Yeah, it's a cost. It's all a cost. You got to travel there. You got to be there. You got to spend while you're there.
Yep.
And then just so you can use their power, right? Because your power's out in your neighborhood, the mall power never goes out.
Right.
Gyms.
Right.
The first time I got here, I couldn't believe it. There's a gym I went to that has a swimming pool and a gym. And what you find in Kampala is that they want to divide the swimming pool cost separate from the sauna cost, separate from the gym cost. But if you come in there and say, you want the whole thing, they're going to really charge you up. So this membership was about $150, $200
per month.
Yeah, in Tinder.
Yep.
And I was like, what is this? Recently, I found a really nice gym near me. So again, they wanted to do this thing of splitting up the cost. And I thought I was preparing myself for quite a high price. So I go there. I'm like on the day when I'm signing up. And I said, okay, I want to use all facilities. He said, all right, cool. They gave me this price, 400,000 shillings. What would that be? $100.
$110.
$110. Okay, cool. So I said, I prepared for it. I said, okay, that's fine. I'm there at 8 a.m. So I go and do the guy. I said, I need to pay with my card. So he said, okay, I need to go and find the card machine. Go and do your workout or whatever. I'll bring you the card machine and we'll start setting up the payments. So I go and do a workout in the gym. I come down to the pool. I do a workout in the pool. And then I go to the sauna. When I go to the sauna's off. So I said to the guy, the sauna's off. The guy goes, yes, but you're the only one. So I said to him, but I'm paying for the membership. He goes, so we should turn it on just for you. You come back at 4 p.m. When the others come and you can use sauna. So I said, okay, well, you guys are charging me. You guys have itemized the bill. So there's this much for the sauna, this much for the pool, this much for the gym. And I said, give me a price without the sauna. It didn't fit in their packaging or whatever.
Yeah.
So I ended up not being able to use that gym.
Yeah.
It's a $100 gym that won't turn on the sauna.
Right.
Because I was there first in the morning and they want more customers to be there. To me, that is ridiculous.
Yep.
And they were like frustrated at me.
Yeah. It's normal.
That's expensive, by the way.
Yeah. It's expensive. And then here's another caveat. You think that you should get a certain level of service for
that money.
And you're not going to get it.
Right.
But then also, Kenya's a little bit better. I saw a gym that opened at least at 4 o'clock in the morning. But in Uganda, you lose so much of your day. Like when I lived in Poland, Poland was cold as too, by the way. It was ridiculous. But at any time I wanted to, let's say, go to the store. I mean, there's Frame Market that's 24 hours a day. But let's say the gym was 24 hours.
Right.
I could work out at any point in the day. At 24 hours a day, I was guaranteed I can go work out. In Uganda, all of those things add up. Power outages, delays, people being late, plumbers being late, delivery guys being late.
Incorrect, like mistakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That adds up in your timeline for the day. So you're paying for something cheap, right? But then you're really paying more because all of that compounds into expensive productivity loss. So you lose that ability to make that money. And so then you're pushing things off to the next day and then to the next day and then to the next day. So over the time, I calculated 1 month, let's say in December, all of the inefficiencies added up to like about $16,000 lost.
Right.
And if I was in Poland and Europe or the United States, I would have got it. No doubt about it. Or just even in the things that my editors may face, or they're like
dealing with the same
yes
power outages, inefficiencies, etc., to get the work done back to you, whatever.
And then let's talk about them because they don't invest. Right. They will not buy a generator
because everything for them is price, like the cheapest price situation.
There you go. Right. So that's a great point. I don't want to put them underneath the bus, but I will. You can pay them $1 million a month and they will not invest into. If you don't buy it for them, they won't have it. Right. No editor, whether in Kenya or Uganda, if you don't give it to them, buy a generator for yourself. They're not gonna buy it.
Right.
They won't buy. So if you don't give them everything, and if your business depends on it, they don't have an inverter. They don't have internet. They don't have. If you're not paying for it, they're gonna get the minimum. And then let's also talk about that because the thing about being American, let's say for example, like I hate to talk about this too because Africa is cheap yet expensive. Getting things done like, let's say the work permit or things you need in the government.
Right.
Yeah. So the government has the price.
Mm-hmm.
My work permit is $2,500 a year in Uganda. So I pay every 3 years $7,500. Mm-hmm. Now that's the price. But is that really the price? That's the price of the government. But to process that, it's actually more. What do I mean when I say that? Good. I'm glad you asked that question. To be able to pay every governing body associated with my work class permit and where I'm at, I think it's like class B or class C. You got to pay so many other people to stay, like up to date with the standards and commissions and all that. But now, if you want to go and do that yourself for each individual person, Jesus will get off the cross before you do all that. That means that somebody has to know how to do that.
Yeah.
And that $7,500 work permit is not just $7,500. Right. It is now $9,200 because there's a $1,750 fee for somebody to do all of that for you.
Yes. There is an industry of agents.
Yes.
That flourish off inefficiencies whenever you need to interact with any official situation. I use one.
Yes. Arbitrage is necessary, right?
Yeah. So you have this government license that you need. It costs $150. I can either go through the pain of going to some office. Oh, the Mzungu's here. Going through some process and it's going to be a 2-week thing and I need to pay X, Y, and Z. Or I can just pay this guy 50% on top of whatever it is, right? And that thing will be done today.
Yes. But you would rather, like, at first you would say, I'm not paying this. That's when you first get here and you're stupid.
Right.
But how much money have you lost by not paying the guy?
Right.
Because the guy's going to make, he's going to pay, he or she, you don't want to pay it?
And that actually saved me. Because when I had my store, I got my license, the business license for the store the same day or whatever we moved in. And that same day, I've told the story before, the agent that didn't successfully find us a location came with armed KCCA guys to shake me down because we went with a different agent.
What?
Yeah. So they came to check our permits. So if I hadn't had those permits, I mean, they came up with other things that they said that we needed, and our landlord was able to say no, help us out. But we needed a specific permit that guy got that we paid over the odds to have it done now. And we had it. And so that they didn't have a leg to stand on. So what would have happened to me? Anything, I could have been arrested. I could have whatever. I don't even know what could have happened. Right? And they came saying, "Where's the Mzungu?" That's the language they used. Where is the Mzungu?
Verbatim.
Yeah, verbatim. Yeah.
Let's also talk about for example, in the UK, when I lived in the EU, and at the time the UK was still in the EU, but I was able to take Ryanair.
Right.
I was living in Lublin, Poland. And Lublin is like the 7th or 8th biggest city. But I was able to take Ryanair from Lublin to Luton. 3-hour flight. It cost me no more than
$80.
Yeah. 60, 70 euros.
Bro.
Okay. So again, you're in Uganda. It's cheaper, right? Let's say, for example, you want to fly to Nairobi. Shout out to FanJet. I mean, I took that flight. It was $140 each way, but it's still $280. You go to Uganda Airlines. Uganda Airlines is great. I like Uganda Airlines.
Right.
Uganda Airlines is at least $200 each way.
Right.
And Nairobi to Kampala is no farther than Los Angeles, Sacramento.
Bro.
6 hours. But
45 minutes.
Yeah. And yeah. And then if you're not making a lot of money, paying $400, $500, flying in Africa in general. Now, shout out to Uganda Airlines. They're doing a good job trying to get connecting flights, to here to South Africa. But traveling within Africa is not cheap. And you're going to live here.
I'm going to expose myself.
Yeah. You're going to live here. Oh, wait. And you're going to think that, traveling around the continent is not cheap. But storytime music?
I decided not to fly from Kampala to Nairobi.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my partner with me. So if it's $200 each way, it's $400. And then if it's both of us,
$800.
You spend $1,000 really.
Yep.
I was like, people talk about getting these coaches. They're good, whatever. So I get a coach and I get the VIP seats, right?
Right.
So, it's good enough. The seats are okay and everything. And actually the trip wasn't that bad. I didn't account for doesn't matter how comfortable your seat is. When the roads are bad, right, you're going to be doing this. That trip was comfortable for me, more or less.
Yeah.
So I decided to extend my trip.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent at least an hour wrestling with the office in Nairobi in order to change the dates on my ticket.
Yeah.
Some mistake was made.
Mm-hmm.
They were telling me to deal with the people in Kampala, but the internet is down, or they can't, I can't speak to the company as an entity. I can only speak to the employees as individuals. Mm-hmm. So as far as this guy's concerned, yes, he works for the company, but if I want to deal with this problem, I need to speak to the individual in Kampala that dealt with this issue, and he will have no accountability for it. Mm-hmm. So as I was there, the place is in a terrible location. Mm-hmm. I'm being harassed. I'm clearly a tourist. I said to myself, you're a
You wish you would have.
I said, I'm a So I didn't pay the $1,000.
But you wish you would have.
But I've paid today.
Yes.
With all
frustration,
of this stress and situation. The place where I was, I could have had my phone snatched.
Yep.
I could have got into an altercation. I nearly did.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't pay with my card, so I had to go and pay someone to use Kampala mobile money to transfer. And let me just... I thought I could just contact them because they have a website, they're online, and they're on WhatsApp. So I thought I could contact them. Here's the conversation. Hi, I have a ticket scheduled for tomorrow. Is it possible that I can change Is it possible that I can change it for a future date? Response: kindly come to the office. So they don't answer the question.
Yep.
If I go to the office, the answer might be no. Mm-hmm. Right? But I said, okay, are you open today? Took a long time to answer. So then I did a question mark. after I sent the first message, no one responded. The second one, question mark. This response, tomorrow morning. So I asked, are you open today? The response is tomorrow morning. So I said, please share the location. I don't know where the office is. Go and check the website.
This is in Kenya, by the way.
Right. So I went to the website because I'm now at the situation where I'm just trying to get to where I need to get to. The website says you are open today. Is that incorrect? Next response. At what time do you want to come? So I said, any time before you close. What time is the latest I can arrive? 7 p.m. So that 7 p.m. is not 7 p.m. I asked, what's the latest time I can arrive? 7 p.m. is the closing time. But it doesn't matter. They're just going to take the high level points and deal with it that way. So I go down to the office. The office was open. I didn't know I couldn't pay with my card. So all of this kind of stuff could have been dealt with here. Yes, we're open today. Please make sure you bring cash. You can exchange it like this. Why can't I have that conversation? I can already feel that the person is like, I'm inconveniencing them by using their customer service. And then when I get there, I go through this whole palaver. Like, I can't even give you all of the details. It's just a drag on my mental, a drag on everything. I finally get it done. But it cost me an hour and a half. You know, the Uber driver didn't want to even drive to the place where the office was. So I say all that to say this. That's the true cost. That's the true cost of the saving that I made. And some people might say it's worth it, but it's not worth it. It's not always worth it.
I had to learn it the hard way that, guys, you got to have money when you're here. Like, yes, you can get a nice apartment in Kampala. Shout out to Chanja. Chanja is building up pretty good. Other parts, get a nice apartment for $400 or $500 a month. Like, I mean, you'll go through some bumpy roads getting to there, but you can get nice stuff. And people always, some brother emailed us today asking for our apartments. Where could they find some? I think I shared a good broker to the guy. But these other things, no offense to like Ugandans or Kenyans, but as a foreigner, if you're trying to adapt the same like mindset of, I want to get it as cheap as I get it, that is going to really mess your experience up here. Because you end up paying more, and then the thing is, you don't have peace of mind. And when you're living in a foreign country, the main thing that you want above all else is a peace of mind. If you have the money to pay it, just pay it. Like, just get it over with. The lady, shout out to Tina for Expat Assist. She's handled so many things for me. She's gives me this is going to cost like X, Y, and Z. I don't even argue with her about it. Like, okay. Because I know she's going to handle it.
She's going to deliver.
And I don't have to handle it. I don't want to handle it. I'm already fighting the inefficiencies of the roads, the power. When the rain comes, like, we know we're going to lose a lot of money that day. I don't want to deal with any of that other shit. I just want to deal with, okay, here's X, Y, and Z. Here's what we're doing for today. Rachel, shout out to her. Julia, shout out to her. I don't want to deal with anything else. Can you deal with it? Yes. How much does it cost? It costs this much. There you go. The main thing that when you're coming in Uganda and Kenya is you're going to get a lot farther and jump the system if you're that kind of person. If you are the person nickeling and diming and complaining and negotiating, you're gonna set yourself back so far here that you're gonna want to leave.
You're gonna stress yourself out. And by the way, I still make this mistake. I know this guy's taking me for a ride, right? And no one talks about the cost of stress. That cost of stress is real. When you've got things to do and you've just had a meeting, you've just had an hour-long frustrating, combative, no accountability, back and forth to squeeze out some result. bro, like that affects you. It affects your next few hours. Your psyche's down. You're frustrated. You're questioning, like, what am I doing? Why did I do that? Did I say the right thing? You play it back in your mind. You're not on point. When we're in the Uber on the way over here, me and my girl was talking, and I realized that most days I wake up at 5 a.m. And I have no problem. Like I enjoy. I enjoy it. I go to bed pretty early and I wake up early. And I developed that habit here because if you think you got time during the day, something is going to snatch that away from you.
Yep.
And you want to get your top priority stuff out of the way.
Yep.
So by 10 a.m., I want my videos recorded, my general stuff for the day done. We talk in the morning, and I'm like happy when I tell you, hey, bro, it's out of the way.
Yeah.
And now, whatever wants to mess with me for the rest of the day, it can, and I know I've got my highest priority stuff done. And if it doesn't, then it's just like bonus time for me to do additional work or get started on tomorrow, whatever I'm doing. And I've learned that habit from being here, right? I don't need to worry about that or like the power's there, right? Like I'm not gonna wait and have a break now. I'm just gonna deal with it now because the power's there. So these are the costs that make it expensive. And if you want to overcome any of these things, you will pay. And sometimes you'll pay a lot.
I want to shout out Brother Tim Swain, who's out in Ghana. He's a great YouTuber. I've interviewed him. He's even, I would say, because he's been in Ghana longer than me and dealing with these issues, he's even like day to day. I think he's a better expert than even me because he interacts with more locals than I do. Like that's probably why I've been able to do so much in Uganda because I have somebody else that interact. I do, but I don't interact as much.
You got your staff and all that?
Yeah. He says Black Americans are the diaspora. You got to learn how to pick your battles. And that is so true in Uganda and Kenya. Got to be okay with losing battles. I think we talked about it as far as negotiation, even with venues. I am okay. And this is a strategy. Uganda, Kenya, business people is based on price, more or less. And they'll lose speed.
For price.
British and Americans will pay for speed because we want something to go towards completion more than we want to argue about. Because the thing is, I'll pay more to get it done faster. And then I know I can get that money somehow anyway. I don't care about that.
Right.
Just get it to the next door. Get the project from A to B. And then if it's to A to B or A to C, I'll lose the money momentarily to get to where they go to. But a Ugandan or a Kenyan, typically a business person will go back and forth. They'll have 10 or 11 meetings. Right. And by the time they have 10 or 11 meetings, we might be already done. Right. And so the thing that Americans have an advantage of is because, like, you're going to have to be okay with, oh, man, this guy's getting over on me. He probably is. It's okay. We had an event, and the person was quite difficult to deal with. You handle most of the negotiation for that. I got the opportunity, but you handled it from once I found it. And that person was hard to deal with when we were paying that amount of money. Right. Imagine what it would have been like. Oh, my God. Right? If we didn't have...
If we try to pay on the day or after the fact.
Imagine if you were not paying at all, like how rude you would have been.
Right.
So... But just to get people to deal with you easier, and you need that, like, hey, they asked for full payment. I think they asked for, if we paid half, they wanted full payment, like, even weeks before.
I thought we were going to pay half now and half on the day. And then, like, 3 weeks after we paid the first half, they were like, where's the rest of the money?
Yeah. And he wanted it, like I think, like, within an 8 or maybe like a day after he asked for it, I was able to pay it.
What's the point of a deposit at that point? We don't know if they're going to deliver. Right. That's the risk.
Yeah. Shout out to them. Like, I'll say this publicly. Eritreans, typically, you usually good to work with. Love working with them. They did deliver. They
delivered. Yep. They helped us. They were great.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's just basically you're living by somebody. You're powerless in this sort of situation, right? And Americans and British people have a hard time with, like, you don't have another opportunity because you see in America, you can go and report that person for treating you unfairly. You have systems, that person's held accountable. But here, that's not the case. If you need a work permit and that person is telling you, hey, you need this extra to get it. Are you trying to get your goods out?
Yeah.
You got to pay additional $300-400. Who are you going to tell on that person?
Right.
They're not going to get fired.
Right.
You're wasting your time.
Right.
You have a choice to make, which is to comply or not get your things.
Yeah.
And in Uganda or Kenya or places like that, you getting mad and yelling and getting upset, you're not, even if you're right, you're not helping your case. You're making things worse for yourself when you do that.
I may or may not have got a little bit into my feelings when I was changing my ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what the guy said?
What?
You know, for me, I'm not the manager. So if you want, the manager will come in 1 hour and you talk with him. So imagine, first of all, there's no manager. There's no manager.
Right.
He just wanted to sit me down. He knows I've been unfairly treated.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't care. So when the come down comes to the come down, the leverage is with them in a situation like that.
Yep.
You can sit down there for an hour in a hot, stuffy room with a bunch of people that are looking at you like your lunch. Mzungu guy there. I'm in the middle of people that are like eyeing me up. I don't know what. The environment was crazy, bro. And so I just had to play ball with the guy. It was almost to the point I had to rebuy my tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I got saved by an email, by a WhatsApp message.
Mm.
But anyway, my point is, I still find it really hard to regulate my emotions sometimes.
Yep.
Because someone is actually getting over on you, and you've got to eat that for lunch and be happy with it. And they're going to give you that after you've paid smile, like,
yeah.
And you know, you just think, am I you just don't encounter that.
Yeah.
So much in the West at all.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, the changing of the date
Mm-hmm.
was half the price of the original ticket.
Damn.
So if I wanted to be quick, I could just bought tickets and just walked out of there
Right.
in 5 minutes.
Right.
This can happen whether it's you need an Uber, whether you need a decorator, whether you need some furniture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Furniture, for example, these people came and measured my living room and then they made a sofa that covers half of my front door. And when I complained about it, after they measured, they said, well, you paid in advance. If you don't like it, we'll just take the sofa back. Or you keep the sofa. There's no recourse, there's no option, there's no nothing. So anyway, so I buy another sofa,
right?
Expense. I spend more time is money, expense. And this is the expensive part of Africa, to get around these systems.
My strategy, at least I've always kind of been like, you know, I don't really do a lot of local business politics. I can, but here's what I know. And this is what's good to be an American or British. If you have outside markets, again, we talked about building alternative systems. And alternative systems are what connect to the pound or to the dollar. And this is why I look at local politics. If you guys want to argue and fuss over that, have at it. What you're not going to do is to drag me into your at all. If it costs me 100,000 shillings to boat a ride to get to where I need to be, and it will get me there 2 hours back to my day, I'm going to pay you 100,000 shillings, and I'm not going to argue with you about it because I'm going to be on the road, on the way that day to thousands of dollars.
Right, because money's coming from outside.
Yes. So I'm going to let you dust it up if you want to dust it up. Because I know that I can get to something that is far greater than dealing with your ass and complaining with you. That's just like, and again, that's how people in Britain and America have to look. Even if you don't have that access, it's okay. You got to have that mindset and that mentality.
Yeah.
You got to get to something that is greater and that is bigger, and you can only do that by losing those battles. But then what happens is when you're losing those battles and then you're okay with it, you're actually kind of compounding retroactively in the same way. Because like, oh, that person's not hard to deal with. That person's easy to work with. You know what I mean? Even though it sucks.
Let me just say, O'Shea is just 2-3 steps ahead of me because I every so often get myself dragged into these situations. I'm still trying to deal. You know, I've been here 3 years. Sometimes it just gets me, bro.
It gets everybody. like for example, something happened. We bought a chair. Chair didn't work. We had a warranty on the chair. It was a chair that it broke. Just go buy another chair. Right. Like, we're not going to waste our time about going back to the guy. I know the guy's a headache. Go buy another chair. There's a guy for the Pan-African dating show. We had a guy. The guy did a great episode. The guy wanted like 800,000 shillings or whatever. They were arguing. No, take 5, whatever. Just give the guy what he wants. Guy gave what he wants. We got like, I don't know how many, even like 10 or 15 million views on TikTok. The episode did good everywhere. Did good on number. I don't have time for that. Like, whatever. Like, even if I'm not making a lot of money that month or that day, local politics, there's only been one situation where I got in the dumps, and that was with the alcohol dudes who I won't name their name. Right. That BAN and the other guys. Other than that, I gladly accept losses. And the reason why I will accept loss, no offense, is because you Negroes are gonna be, y'all gonna be dusty anyway with that. If you want to do, that's okay, fine. Continue on dusting it up. I don't care, because I just want my time back. Right. I don't care about, now here's a situation where I know like there's one guy, for example, he's one of these little middlemen back. Right. And I know that he the power went out. I mean, he even asked me like, "Oh, are you in Nairobi right now?" And I was like, "Yeah." But that guy's a time waster, and he can't give me anything, so I won't deal with him at all. Mm-hmm. But the people that I have to deal with, I need to deal with you if you're a work permit person. I gotta deal with you. Like if you're at the bank, I gotta deal with you. Right. I will pay more to for you to get me to help me quicker. And yes, you're getting over on me. Yes, that's great. How are you doing? Are you fine? Here's a little bit extra. Mm-hmm. Give me my time back for the day, and you won. Mm-hmm. I don't care. You won. You're right. I gladly admit it.
I'm playing a different game.
You've won. I don't care. Right. Because that little 50,000 shillings I gave you, you're gonna be poor anyway. Right. Enjoy it. Yes, you beat the Mzungu, the Black American guy. Yes, you got me, guy. Thank you for those 3 hours back that I can go and do something else with.
You said something a second ago. You said even if something doesn't directly equate to money now, you'll still do it. And I think what popped in my mind there is, if you have that mentality, you net overall. Mm-hmm. Because not everything is a black and white direct financial gain. So, with my ticket situation, $60 could have had me out of there in 5 minutes. Right. And my mental health would be in check. I would have more time. I could have whatever. There's no direct financial benefit I can point to right now. Mm-hmm. But if you do that every time, there is the financial moment that it will benefit you. But then you just won't encounter the stress, the hassle, the headache, the frustration, the dark thoughts, the whatever, which is, basically what I dealt with today. That is something difficult to put a price on.
And guys, when you're here dealing with let's say, for example, trying to scale in the local market, those strategies, you need your mind to be focused on blind spots.
Yes.
And not dealing with local problems with somebody who, they're going to be a bottleneck in the problem anyway. But most people who scale in Uganda and have done well leave local problems to where they are. Right. You have the best way to do something in Uganda is to avoid or jump over gatekeepers, dodge middlemen, and just pay your way out of problems. Like where we used to have an office at. I don't want to call their name, but they're problematic. I used to complain to them, tell them how much I don't like them. They know it. I'm a very upfront person. Like, I don't like you guys. You guys are pieces of shit. Now, they know I still don't like them. But, when I was doing business with them, I pay them on time, whatever it is, quickly. I make it very easy to do business with me, and like, that's how you're going to, jump over things. So yes, dealing with Africa is more expensive and just cost sometimes. And then also in you trying to excel in a place like this, it's also expensive if you don't understand certain games that you got to play. Right. You got to play ball. It's okay to be taken advantage of because the thing is, there's going to be a point where you're not being taken advantage of as much. Right. And you got to understand that. Sometimes you're taken advantage of to get what you want. And then, hey, if that you can use their tenacity against them, but those are just some things that we wanted to let you guys know, and it's probably going to be true in any part of the continent.
Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah,
I think it's a process. You can't just come in day one and be ready. It's really difficult to handle emotions sometimes. I've got so much better with patience over time, and these situations as well. There's things that I don't react to that I would have reacted to previously, and there's probably going to be things in the future, or there's definitely going to be things in the future that I won't react to that I'm reacting to now, as I still develop on the continent and understand how things work. So you can't take so many things personal. And like O'Shea says, anything to get your time back is golden.
Yep. Whatever you can do, especially in Uganda. Because the thing is, thank God I have my my staff. Because at Uganda I will be at 70%. The key to doing well in Uganda is to say, okay, if in Poland I was able to do this at 100%, what can I do in Uganda that keeps me at 120% of the work rate with 70% of the efficiency? That's the line you want to find, right? Your power might be out. Boss, I'm in the village. Like one time, before we close out, I ordered something from one of my favorite companies. They deliver my stuff here. The guy messages me. So Tachi knows the guy. He messages me, says, hey, you got an order. We're going to deliver the order. Great. I get busy. And I'm like, where the is the guy? It's been like 10 days. And we haven't got the... He says here. I email the company. The guy is actually in Sacramento. The guy that owns the company in Uganda. Yo, your guy didn't deliver. What happened to the guy? So I sent an email, and then I call the guy. Oh, I'm gonna bring it to you. So it so happens the guy brings it, and the guy doesn't speak good English at all, but he speaks some. The chef happens to be there, and he says, "So what took you so long?" And he just looks at the chef and he translates. He says, "Oh, he had your package, but his mother got sick in the village. So he went to the village to take care of his mother. Now he's back to deliver your package." I had a decision to make, and this is what I used to do before. What the is wrong with you? Why didn't you call me? Why didn't you explain to me? Why didn't you whatever? All of that would have been for fail because in his mind, but my mom was sick. Going to see my mom was more important than delivering your package. There is no way that I can tell him that wasn't the case.
Right. That wasn't the top priority move.
Yes. Like you're at work. You could have at least called me. You could tell him that, sorry. And he will just still do it again. So I would waste that time getting upset. I'm going to talk to your manager. I would call and talk to the manager. The manager is probably not going to fire the guy because the guy never misses. Like,
and firing the guy would be a disaster anyway. The guy's just only making it by.
Right. And then that guy has always delivered it. The guy's always delivered my stuff without fail.
Right.
I always tip the guy 20,000 shillings, which was like $6. Even he's 10 days late, I pay. You know why? Because if I say this, I'm not gonna give you the tip this time. Oh, you're not gonna give me a tip this time?
Right. Then the next time,
right. And then so now, the package is lost or whatever.
Yeah.
So I had to still eat it and just smile. Oh, I finally got it. I didn't even mention it. Right. I went right to work, and then I'm just hoping the next time that usually the guy doesn't have that problem.
Yeah.
Delivery, and I'm not even in Uganda right now. I have a package there. He might deliver it to Rachel. I'll still find a way to get on SendWave and send the dude 20,000 shillings. Yeah. Why? Because I'm picking my battles here.
Yeah. I've got a guy like that looked for me around the neighborhood to deliver the package because because I give him a tip, like whatever, right? So he looked for me. He could have just does what everyone else does, send it, go back, or whatever.
Yep.
So that's where it now starts aiding you.
Right. That goodwill.
Right.
And goodwill is important. So again, American might yell at the guy, "You're stupid. What are you doing? You're wasting your time."
Right.
You're stupid for even doing it.
Yeah.
Because there's not going to change. For example, I'm going to say this before we close. We have this security guard. I won't call the guy's name. He's very busy having sex a lot. Like, there's 2 of them. And they're always... one of them is pretty good.
Right.
But there's another guy. He's really good at beating people. Like, if you steal, he'll f you up. Like, he's in the community. Like, he has a gun and everything.
Right.
He is so good at, like, everybody. Like those MTN mobile money girls, those girls who have like the deliver the food dishes. Right. They come into that little thing. He's clapping all the time. If you try to go out night, like you want to go to somewhere,
right, 24 hours.
So Tati, like he stays with me sometimes. So we don't have toilet tissue.
Right.
We have to wipe our ass.
Right.
We got to go get some tonight. Okay. What time is it? It's like 12:30. We got to go down there. We can just only hope to God that motherfucker's up. If not, we're going to be blowing there for 45 minutes till he gets up.
Right.
He's blowing 45 when you get up. He gets up. He's drunk. Hey, bro. You immediately don't argue and ask him.
Right.
Why did you take so long to get up? Don't do that. Here's 5,000. Hey, we'll be back. We go to the store. We come back. 30 hours later, the motherfucker comes out.
Right.
He's drunk. Hey, look, how are you doing, boss? It's time to give him some money.
Right.
You cannot afford this. And I see Indians do this in my complex. What is wrong with you? You still You know what he does? Oh, okay. He'll let you stay out there the whole day, the whole night. He'll let you stay out there all night. The last thing that you want to say is, why are you so late? You can't tell that guy that. I never bring it up. He comes to my boss. I wanted to know. Yes. Do you have anything to drink in your house? Yeah, hold on. I go in there. I get
him a drink.
Get him some. I give him a bottle of V&A sherry.
Oh my god!
If I got Wargy, here you go.
He's talking about alcohol.
Yes. Then not only that, give him the ocean spray too, the cranberry.
Right.
Boost. Thank you so much, Boost. And he goes down. And then.
So we only have to wait 5 minutes, not an hour.
Yeah. He's gonna take your liquor. He's gonna have sex with somebody in the community. No condom usually because he has like 17 kids. And then he's not going to let you in.
This thing of sex in the guardhouse.
It's the best thing in Uganda.
Twice. It's happened.
Yeah, that little house. American guys are struggling to get a date sometimes in Uganda. These dudes is clapping in the security house all night long.
One guy was clapping the house girl, and the guy that replaced him was clapping a girl last week, and then the boss came, and the girl had to hide. He had to take the boss away while the girl was hiding in the. Bro, this is like a 2 meter by 2 meter room, and
she hid.
Yeah, so she hid until the right moment, then she had to get out. So the boss. Anyway, they're clapping in those gatehouses.
They're clapping in there, and they're taking the liquor that you give them to the girls, right? And then you can't say, bruh, I gave you the liquor. Let me in. It doesn't matter.
No.
It pick the battle. And also, if you, like one of my guy who's actually a member of the military, you're going to tell the guy in the military, why are you late? Why are you not? You're not going to say that.
No, you can't do that.
Because what? You know what I mean? Like he could just crash out. So, anyways, I pick my battles every day. I never argue with the guy. I know I need the guy. And whenever he sees me in the community, hello, how are you? Are you fine? Yes. Thank you, boss. You know, I never bring it up. So, guys, that's picking your battles in Uganda. Anything you want to say?
What I was going to say is that the cost of living in the UK is still considerably higher than all these costs I'm talking about, which is why the equation works for me, particularly as I make money from outside. It's just that I know it could be more efficient at times. But the arbitrage opportunity here, if you're doing something like me, which is earning primarily from outside of the country, bro, it's crazy. And then also if you do unlock a situation where you can get to, some local business, the money can really be fantastic. So, we are highlighting the struggles and the difficulties, but the opportunities are there. And we're not here because there's lack of opportunity.
Right.
We're here because we're just trying to maximize. We make, starting to make some interesting money coming in from all the opportunities that come online. And it just it compounds because I don't have to spend much because of that arbitrage.
Yeah.
So, I have to keep that in mind when I'm complaining about the guy on the gate, the border driver, the Uber driver, whatever it may be. So,
the security room clapping.
Right. These are issues that you're going to encounter yourself if you come to the continent of Africa. And, this is not to just totally kill, the encounters that we have. We have great encounters as well. So that's how I would leave it.
Hope you guys enjoy this. Again, when we get back to Uganda, we'll be back on the real season. So it'll be me, Jonita, another person. So we'll have 4. We don't know the 4th person yet.
We'll figure it out.
New season. So a lot of information. It's 1:00 in the morning right now, guys. So we're out.